Welcome to the Threads of Legacy, the Pine Forge Academy story, a special podcast series presented by the National Pine Forge Academy Alumni Association as we celebrate 80 years of Pine Forge Academy. My name is Tiffany Brissett from the class of 95, and I'll be your host today. Each episode of the Threads of Legacy captures stories, memories, and experiences of Pine Forge Academy alum whose lives help weave together the rich tapestry of our school's history. Today, I have someone very special that I'm going to bring on. I'm going to allow him to introduce himself and tell us a little bit about himself. Go ahead, man.
Hey, how
Tell
you
the
guys
people
doing?
who
Hey, my name is Adrian Tone Andrews. You guys know me as Tone. Now I go by Tone the Techpreneur.
the Silver
Yeah,
Fox.
this and the Silver Fox. Actually, Tiffany, you gave me that name, so
I
I guess
did.
that's
Silver Fox right
one of
there.
my nicknames. Yes.
Okay, and where are you currently living, Tony, and what are you doing professionally?
No, currently I'm living in Apopka, Florida, outside of Orlando,
Okay.
and I'm the owner of Aspiron Networks. We're a full-service telecommunication company in Central Florida. We provide business class phone service, security camera installations, and network support.
Nice. Awesome.
Yes.
So, how did you come to find out about Pine Forge and what led you to attend?
Well, I had all of my cousins, they're a little bit older than me, and they all used to. One of my older cousins, Tisha, went to Pine Forge ahead of me, and she would talk about all the stories she had and all her friends. And I was like, man, I want to go to Pine Forge. But my mother was like, no, you can't go to Pine Forge. So, I did go to school in New York. My first year in high school, I went to Northeastern Academy. And
Mm-hmm.
on the last period, I used to skip school
Mm,
and play basketball.
mm-hmm.
Just so happens the class I used to skip, it was Bible, it was religion
Oh,
class. And the teacher was actually the organist at my church.
oh
And
boy.
he would go and tell my mom, like, hey, I didn't see Tony at school. Is he sick? And then that's how everything went to find out that I was skipping class. And she said, I'm sending you to Pine Forge. And I was like, thanks, mom.
All a part of the plan, the master
Yep.
plan. When you found out your mom was on board with sending you, were you excited? Were you nervous? Were you reluctant? What were your feelings like?
I didn't know what to expect. It was like, going away to sleepaway camp and you just not coming home in a while.
Yeah,
So but I was excited. I had anxiety. I didn't know what to expect, but I wanted to get away from my mom. I wanted to get out of the city. I just want to be on my own. So,
yeah.
it was definitely a mixed blessing.
That's right. Okay, so I remember, so you were there, you were a junior when I got there, and then when your senior year came, it was like this big downsize. Remember that? It was
Yeah.
like a lot of people that was there in 91, 92 school year, they didn't come back 93,
No,
92,
no.
93 school year. And it's like you almost felt like you were blessed to make the cut because so many people that probably could have benefited from being there had to leave because they were either in trouble a lot or on academic probation. So
Or
those were crazy
financial
times. Or
obligations.
financial.
Hmm.
Yes.
Hmm.
What's one of
Yeah.
your favorite memories from Pine Forge?
The basketball games when we used to, play against the church men's leagues, and we would
Hmm.
play the drums and be cheering
Hmm.
on the stage. That was my one of my favorite memories there.
Yeah, man, the gym was lit. I remember. Do you remember that game? I think we were playing a team from Delaware, and there was like this huge fight that broke out in the gym.
I
You
didn't know
remember
we were gonna
that?
bring that up. But yes, I was there. I
That
was gonna
was
bring it. I'm glad you brought it
crazy.
up first. Yeah, it was
That was
crazy.
crazy, right?
Everybody's fighting. Mothers fought, teachers. It
Listen,
was
it was
crazy.
insane. Who had the greatest impact on your life while you were at Pine Forge and why?
Mm, mm, I say Dean Johnson.
Dean Johnson. Okay,
Dean
good pick.
Johnson. Yeah, he was my dean, men's dean, and also he gave me confidence with acting. I
Okay,
was the first class of creative arts.
creative
Me and Craig
arts.
Morgan, we used to
Nice.
be like a tag
Damon.
team.
Yes,
Yep, yep. Our class, we was the first ones there. So yeah, Dean
that's
Johnson, I
what's
got to
up.
give him his props.
That's what's up. Let's see. What makes Pine Forge Academy unique? A lot of schools they have their signature thing, but what is the special sauce about Pine Forge that makes it unique?
because we're all in this thing together. We're raising each other basically. Nobody know what we're doing. You know, we're all coming up in
Yes.
adolescence and becoming young adults. And the other thing about what made Pine Forest special is those sweaters. Those
Yes.
sweaters was amazing. You know.
People be
Now, oh,
hating on us.
yeah, they did. They did. Now Oakwood trying to have sweaters now. I don't know how I feel about that, man, because it
I
came
don't
from Pine
either.
Forge. It came from Pine Forge. Let's be
Someone reached
clear.
out to me not too long ago from Miami Union and asked me where do we get our sweaters made. I said I'm not giving up that information.
No,
I was like, no,
no,
that's our tradition. Y'all not gonna
no.
Miami Union go get some flip
Please.
flops or something.
There you go. Yeah. But listen, I got a question for you, Tiff.
Yeah.
So when I went to the last alumni, when I saw you there, I played in the
Hmm.
game.
Hmm.
My wife asked me, "Hey, baby, can I wear your sweater to the game?" I was like, I don't know if you could do that. She's like, it's just a sweater. I was like,
It's like a
look,
fraternity.
yeah, she did not understand that. So asking you, w- what would have happened if I would have had my wife wear the sweater? Would it have been a pass? Would she got a pass, or you think it would have been a problem? Somebody would have put me to the side.
I think nobody would have pulled you to the side, honestly. I mean, I think it was more of an inside thing. Nobody would have messed with your wife, man. But
I didn't
it's
want to take
like
a
that
chance.
unspoken thing. Like I have a whole story to share about that, and I'll do that off camera. But it's like we're a fraternity. It's a sorority. Like we can't. If you didn't go through what we went through, you don't have the audacity to put that
No,
sweater on. It's
no,
like
man.
it's a special thing, very special thing. That
Right.
sweater. What are some of the lessons and values or principles that you learned while you were at Pine Forge Academy?
Um, I really depended on trusting God, because you didn't
Mm,
have your parents there with you. So
that's right.
when you had a hard time, it's kind of like, PFA, prison for Adventists. You got to be strong, you got to be tough. You can't let them see you. So I had to trust in God a lot, and there was a lot of young people who love God, and I was able to tap in with them. So that's one of the things that stuck out and lasted with me even till this day.
I love that.
Mhm.
Um, while you was there, did you roll with a crew? Did you have a crew that you used to roll with? Who was in your crew when you was at Fine Forge?
I had a couple different crews. We had Avery, Eric, Cleveland,
The Be
aka
More
Cheesesteak.
Boys.
Yeah, the B more. Yeah, two Bronx boys, two B more boys.
Got you.
And then we had when I first got there, my first friend was Daniel Faulkner.
Okay.
Yeah, Daniel Faulkner, because I came in as a sophomore, but everybody thought I was a freshman because I
Wow.
went to Northeast my first year. So when I came in as a sophomore, they thought I was a freshman. So me and Daniel used to roll together
That's
until they
cool.
put me in the sophomore
You knew him
ring.
from New York?
I didn't know. I met
Oh
him up
wow.
there, and and these long lasting relationships, we are friends to this day. We call each
That's
other when I'm in New
amazing.
York. I hit him up. We hang
I
out.
love that. Um, how has your PFA experience influenced your career, your family, your faith journey, how you minister, or your own personal growth today as an adult?
It's a network. It's a huge network, and my family always say, any church we go to that we're visiting, I'm always gonna meet somebody from Pine Forge,
For sure.
and they always like, Dad, you know everybody. I'm like, it just so happens that I do, but it's this big web that we have at PFA. So
Yes. Do you so I'm gonna ask you this. This is off script, but do you find it that a lot of us who went to Pine Forge, they're not sending their kids back to experience that same thing that we experienced? Now I did with two. Well, one I'll say one and a half because my son left his sophomore year, but I find that a lot of alum are not sending their kids back to experience Pine Forge. Why do you think that is?
I'm not well. I believe it could be the tuition. I would
For
say it have a
sure.
lot to do with tuition. And then it was I'm thinking about my daughter. She's starting high school this year, and she wanted to go to Pine Forge. So
Hmm,
we decided that we're gonna let her go to school here first for a year or
mhm.
two, and then send her to Pine Forge. But it's not like that PFA experience. It
That's
really
right.
isn't.
I,
Really
and
good.
you've got a friend because I live in King of Prussia. So if you send your baby, just holler. We'll look out for her.
Okay. Perfect.
Um, what advice would you give to a current PFA student or someone who's thinking about going? What advice would you give to them?
Trust the process. It's a process, and they are training you for life.
Yeah,
And these long lasting friendships and networks, they do matter in the future. So
yes, they
yeah,
do.
take it for what it's worth, and just fall out. Not just trust the process, fall in love with the process, because it's not going to make sense.
Right. Because
Yeah,
everybody's journey is different.
everybody's journey is different. Yeah, you're right.
Everybody's journey
And
is
and some
different.
people didn't have a good time upon Forge. Let's be
You're
real.
right.
Some people, yeah. I mean, I loved it. I loved it to death. But just find what works for you.
That's
Take the
right.
meat, leave the bones.
That's right. Eat the
Yeah,
watermelon, spit out the seeds.
there you go.
Um, is there any is there anything that you would like to share with your PFA family, like maybe something special about your class or a special encounter that you had with a faculty member or maybe while you were on creative arts or on the basketball team? Is there anything else you want to share?
So many things to talk about, so many things to share. We don't have time for that, but I just want to just give a big special I love you to all you guys, even the Pine Forge alums that came after me and before me. We're all family, so I'm glad to be a part of this family.
And we're glad you're a part of our family, Silver Fox. Okay, we're going to play a game. It's called Rapid Fire. And the first thing that, when I give you the prompt, you just tell me the first thing that comes to your mind. Okay, it's going to be real
Okay.
quick. Favorite PFA tradition?
um Haystacks.
Hey, Stacks. Okay, I'll take it. Your favorite teacher or staff member?
Dr. Jones.
Paul Jones.
Paul Jones. Yep, Paul
Paul
Jones.
Jones. Okay. Favorite place on campus?
Cafeteria. I should have
Okay.
said the gym.
Okay.
It's a
Calf
tie.
gym. Okay. Uh, you already said it. Your favorite calf meal.
Yeah.
Hey,
And then
Stack.
I like the waffles too. The waffles were good.
Waffles for breakfast.
Yes.
The dry
Yes.
waffles for, for
If you
breakfast.
put enough butter on it, it works,
You're right. You're right. You got to doctor it up some. Okay.
Yeah.
What was your favorite school event?
Um, I don't know when you were there they did this, but we used to go on this like little nature walk after church. And we would
The
go through the
Manatawny River.
yes, we waist deep in the
I was
water.
there. Yes.
Okay, I loved it.
Coming
I
out
love that.
grimy and nasty and muddy and all the
Yes, bring
things.
bring it on. Bring it on.
Oh, Dean Johnson leading us through with his staff.
That's right. That's right.
Crazy. Okay. Which one of your classmates made you laugh the most?
It would have to be. It's a tie between Ty Wayne Belcher
I
and
Wayne Belcher. My
yo.
God.
That guy was he's
Hilarious.
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 He could have been a stand up comedian back then. And Craig Egon Craig, that dude is hilarious, yo. He was
Yes.
very funny.
Craig Morgan. When I got there my freshman year, he was like, I don't know. He had just this awesome fashion sense. He was wearing
Yes,
all the rayon colors, and it was just like, he's a superstar. Who
he
is this
was.
guy?
He
Craig Morgan.
was.
Okay. What's one word you would use to describe Pine Forge Academy?
Excellence.
Mm,
Excellence.
that's a common word I'm hearing when I ask people that question. What song instantly takes you back to your PFA years?
Ooh, that's a good one. By and by.
By and by. By and by. Love
Yeah, and
it.
they had like the three-part harmony and all that.
You
Yeah,
understand it.
I ain't gonna try and
By
sing it,
and
but you know what it is.
That's what's up. Okay, if you could relive one day at PFA, what would it be?
um, presentation,
Presentation.
presentation.
Yeah,
Because
because
you know
you're
what,
right there at the finish line. You can smell graduation.
in all honesty, I didn't walk for my presentation. I
Why?
didn't because I missed a geometry quiz or
And
something, and
Mr.
I was
Cargill.
yes,
Oh,
yes. And Mr. Cargill and I was and my mother, they went to school together. And I was like, "Come on, Mr. Cargill, how could he do this to me?"
no
So
way.
that's the only regret I have is, and my mother came. I didn't have the heart to tell my mother I wasn't walking for presentation, and she
No
came,
way.
and I was like, "Oh man." So
Wow, that's crazy.
yeah,
Geometry class, Mr.
geometry, yeah.
Cargill.
And we used to play basketball together too, man. I'm like, come on, bro, you
He
could have
was
gave me a
mad
couple.
cool out of the classroom. Mr. Cargill
Yeah.
was so cool in the gym, but in the
Hmm.
class,
Yeah, different story.
serious.
Different story.
Different story. It was great chatting it up with you, Tone. I just want to thank you for sharing your stories and your memories with our listeners. And to my listeners, thank you again for joining us for another episode of Threads of Legacy, the Pine Forge story. As we continue to celebrate 80 years of Pine Forge Academy, we are reminded that our legacy is not built by buildings alone, but by the lives, the faith, the friendships, and the service of generations of Falcons. And until next time, keep the legacy alive, stay connected, and remember, once a Falcon, always a Falcon. This is Tiffany Brissett from the class of 95 with Tony Andrews from class of 93. We're signing off. Until next time, bye bye.
Take care.